Galloway's face. He was talking to Ballo without talking to him.
Yep.
Miles Rice has come into the game. And here's Reneau as well, going right at Biddle, and he draws the foul. No matter how early they got up, they surely got more rest than Northwestern did yesterday after a hard-fought win. Although SC is the one that really needs to sleep after going to double overtime against Rutgers.
The funny things happen, when you get a double overtime victory, you tend to get more energized.
Good one, and he hits.
Tell you what, Brandon Angel got that first one to go. And now he got the one on the baseline against Ballo, and now that jumper feels more confident.
We talk about the three-point shooting. Both teams 2 of 7 from beyond the arc.
Miles Rice has got to get activated offensively for Indiana.
Bill has not scored in this game. Reneau has 7. Malik in his best year in his last year here at Oregon at the right time for Nate Biddle. Now Reneau has come in for Indiana. He provided a spark when he came into the game in the first half. Floats up and down.
That's a heck of a finish. Got 2 Indiana defenders in your face, still able to get it down.
Galloway wants it back to Reneau. And he scores.
It's a critical juncture for Indiana right now.
Bamba hunting, but it doesn't go down. There's Galloway. And Reneau! What a tough finish.
Performance.
And no doubt, it is the royal fabric here in this state. And Angel gets blocked. Goody was in rhythm, couldn't corral it. Rice gives it off. And Reneau finished.
Indiana with Mbako and Malik Reneau in the game. Let's see if they try to attack from 3.
Indiana got within 2 5.5 minutes ago, but have been scoreless since. Galloway and Reneau finally Indiana.
The hot hand early. Underneath Reneau. Nice bangs into Stewart. Layup. No. Cleans up his own man.
Justin, who's been struggling a little bit in terms of getting his rhythm in this game because of the Indiana defense. He gave that up with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Nice look.
Reneau, just incredible.
Called against him. See how long Mobley sits.
Underneath that of bounds to Reneau. The spin. Nifty finish and a big one in there. Catalyst, and he sticks it from deep.
Now watch him the next time or 2 down the floor. He's going to get a little rhythm. Now he's a new player in terms of shooting the basketball. He's 2 for 7, but in his mind, he's 1 for 1.
Into the corner. This is Rice. Walks a tightrope. Hands underneath. Just a master.
That was his own personal heat check, and it wasn't a good shot.
Indiana with possession, down 6 as we come up on 8 left. This is Rice. Now to Reneau. Attacking against Bradshaw.
He's just too good. He's just too
shoulder so he can get to that strong hand.
Galloway creates Reneau from his tiptoes, and Goody the rebound. Reneau forces it off the window past Biddle.
Find that consistency.
Well, there you see what he's done the last 4 games. 34 points and 6 blocks, and has really given good rim protection when Biddle rests, as he does now. Reneau and Ballo getting some minutes together, and Reneau scores.
Tommy Lloyd, he was with Azuolas Tubelis and Christian Coloco, and they would run that high-low all the time as Malik Reneau just goes.
Shelstad ripped away. Up ahead, Reneau challenges Biddle, and he gets no challenge and scores.
Davis off the screen, pulls for 3 off the heel, and Rice skies for the rebounds.
I don't know how much of his game is off the dribble. He's more of a catch and shoot guy.
Rice wants to isolate, but good defense from Iheanacho.
He's going to have his hands full with Iheanacho, though. I'm telling you, man. He's not an easy guy to beat off the dribble.
Reneau all the way to the glass, goes high. Won 28 games last year at Utah State, comes here with the goal of rebuilding this program, and he himself said, we're not happy with the results right now. We know it's a process, but we've got to be better. Reneau on the inside.
He's just hanging there, gets that thing off the glass. 6'4", he's a big point guard.
Gatorade Player of the Year in Washington last year, one of the highest touted recruits in the country coming out. That's a beautiful feed from Rice into Reneau. Plus one.
He was the Washington legend, Isaiah Thomas Curtis. And as you mentioned, fantastic player. Left his senior year to go to a prep school.
It's Reneau again.
It's too easy, North. Yeah, but he tried to sneak in there late and get a tie-up.
Transition three. Makai Mason's way off.
Yeah, I can see that one was going to be long as soon as he left his hands.
Great find from Galloway. Oh, look out! Malik worked himself not only into the bubble conversation, but many think as a team that will make the field. Galloway, no. Renew's there on the cleanup. You talked about Kepnam. He's not really known for the offensive end, but maybe a spark there for the Huskies.
Yeah, he's a competitor. Beautiful jump hook by him. Wow. He just ran straight through Miles Rice and tried to sell it and pick up the offensive foul, but the refs did take the bait.
Reneau turns the corner, gets all the way to the rim and scoops it in.
I mean, look. Woodson has him out there on the floor.
3 points a game this season are the most he's averaged in his 5 years at Indiana. It is not the offense that has him on the floor.
But think about that for a second, though, man. Most teams don't play a guy that's happening.
Who rattles it in?
Yeah, nice looking jump hook again by Frank Kepnam. Huskies cut it to 11. Got to get a defensive stop. Tyler Harris needs to be up. He shouldn't be waiting on the guy to bring the ball across half court. Running precious time off the clock. That's not the way you do it right there.
4 straight made field goals for Washington's cut this deficit from 21 down to 11.
You can see Leo isn't looking to score at all.
Reneau is. It does. Provided quite the spark, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
He's definitely a difference maker. When you go in that lane, you got to think about him because you know he's going to try to block your shot. He tries to block everything. Plays with a lot of passion, and the Huskies really missed him when he was out. A big possession right here. Let's see if Washington can get a stop.
Reneau slips, gets to the basket, scoops it in.
Unbelievable footwork, and he can pivot and pivot and pivot and eventually score with that great touch that he has.
Had the go-ahead basket in Purdue's win over Indiana last month in West Lafayette. Reneau with the left hand. Out to a wide open Carlisle. And the tip by Reneau is there. Field goal, and he's got it. Had missed his first 3 shot attempts. Per game. The last player to do that in the Big Ten, Mike Conley, back in 06-07.
He was pretty good too. He's still playing.
Galloway to Reneau. 8 points. Miles Colvin, who had that big first half on the floor for Purdue, and Reneau ties the... Kaufman-Renn, too strong off the glass, and Reneau the rebound. This looks like a different Indiana team and a much different Purdue team.
Unbelievable.
Here in the second half.
They got to get it to Reneau. He's got Colvin on him.
They do. Reneau going baseline. Too easy there. Pat Payne
so much higher.
Galloway to Reneau. Counted in the foul.
Plays in the second half. It's absurd. He's the reason they're in this game right now. Get that ball moving. UCLA, one of the elite defensive teams in this league. Reneau for 2. You don't see break there. You're a splitsville guy. No coming.
And back to the action.
Is Galloway on a back tap to Reneau. With him and Bobby Knight was interesting to watch unfold, but outside of record, there's not a whole lot of guys that you could say, yeah, that they were teammates in conference. A lot more history around in other places. Reneau for two. Villanova. Casual pass there for Kobe Johnson. And Baco got organized. Fired. Reneau weak side. In transition life. Let's see if they're successful at that. Galloway got it to the corner. Reneau.
All the way out, 3-4 feet past the three-point line.
Galloway misfires on the three. Leal battles for it. Dumped inside to Reneau for their first bucket. Defensively going to that zone. What can Michigan State do now that they clearly want to get the ball inside the ball?
I think it still starts with the guards. The zone is designed to make it look more crowded than what it is, but it's all filled with gaps. They have to attack.
Well, that's back-to-back trips down court.
These guards for the Spartans have to continue to stay aggressive in attack mode.
First 10 minutes of the second half were the best time for Michigan State on Saturday. Not off to a great start in this second half.
He's got the size advantage again. They're going to play through these guys the rest of the game.
He just had two.
Look at the patience.
And he's got two more.
No, he's a pass-first point guard, and that's what Fears hangs his hat on. Sometimes you got to look to score.
Nice job there by Leal with the turnover. Michigan State turned it over 3 times in the first half. Already 4 times here in the second half. Reneau's open, and he's got 2 more.
Early, but way to bounce back there. Within 2, 6 minutes left to go in this game. This is exactly what we wanted.
Rice and Galloway have won going to the hoop here recently. Inside to Reneau. Working against Cooper. And winning against Cooper.
Yeah, he has a couple big shots. It's not easy to catch the ball like that, turn around, and not know what's behind you in terms of the defense. Good patience, good little mid-range, too.
Going right back to Reneau.
Right back to him.
Cooper with those 4 fouls. Got to be careful. Oh, Reneau's going to work.
Heck of a spell. I mean, this is it. These last 4 minutes.
On January 8th, Indiana was 13-3 and 4-1 in the Big Ten. They've won 1 time since. Threatened to taste victory again tonight. Reneau, good look inside. What a feed from Michigan State. 4 out of 20 shooting threes this evening. Indiana's led by 9. That's their largest lead here in the second half. They can equal that or go above it with a 3.
This is a swing play right here.
Hoosiers have made 5 out of 6. Make it 6 out of 7, man.
Used to the floor. Nice cut to get available.
Will Cheddar, 17 points in their win Wednesday at home against the Ducks. It's just such a well-balanced Michigan team. Raf with what they start with and then come off the bench. Boy, badly needed basket by the starter and a reserve.
Well, he spent a lot of money getting that haircut done. Didn't recognize him yesterday.
It's a good look for the young man. This is Reneau, puts it on the deck. Works
likes that
Cheddar, reaches around, but it's a tough shot.
Likes that right shot. He anticipates a cut and does have turnovers because of it. He anticipates where you should be, so occasionally he does turn it over.
One thing I did not think I was going to get out of you today was a Wayne Gretzky analogy, but that was impressive.
Ooh, steps, you got away with it.
Reneau's soft little touch.
This is the next. He can shoot it now.
This is Sam Walters getting some run off the bench. And Michigan comes up empty. But Indiana right now needs some scoring pop. They're down 14 points. This is Reneau. Spin.
I think he could use the adjustment. Not much space for that big body to get through. Pretty little maneuver.
Or some of the offensive genius at Danny Wolf. As we come up on the 17-minute mark, just under 3 gone by in the second half. This is Malik Reneau trying to create some space inside over the top of Golden.
Breakdown guy.
Donaldson on the wing finds the laces too much. Anthony Leal looking to push tempo, but the Wolverines do a nice job getting back into their half-court defense.
Did a nice job on Goody, too. Made a pretty good cut.
Indiana 14-9. They're just 5-7 in Big Ten play.
Guard screening. That's so effective.
Reneau and a chance at 3.
It looks like straight-up man now.
Woodson sending out Mbako, Goody, Leal, Galloway. and Malik Reneau. Indiana team with its postseason hopes dwindling by the day. When they come up with some late game magic, here's Reneau.
How about that drive with some strength?
It's Gilmore, the crowd favorite. They're egging him on. He'll kick it out. Klesmit, late clock. Popped up in the air for Reneau. So Malik Reneau back in the game. 0 for 2, scoreless so far. Out there with Leal, Tucker, Goody, and Galloway. Galloway snakes around, trying to curl into the paint. Half the shot clock gone. He gets it back from Leal. Goody. They're playing through him a lot offensively. Bounce it, Reneau, face up, on Crowell, double team comes, he doesn't care. It's amazing. But even Amos came in at 80% on the season. Had only played more than 10 minutes once over his last 6 games. Seen some extended minutes here tonight and taking full advantage.
Gotta get this inside.
Rice on the drive, the probe, knocked away and stolen. No, Reneau got it right back. Oh, Reneau! Time, and look, we've seen a lot happen, especially in modern basketball, as Winter misses short. There's still plenty of time that you can make somewhat of a run here and make things interesting. But no matter what, you hear all the time, especially at the NBA level, all minutes matter. Yeah. No matter what. If you're a player, you're getting an opportunity as Reneau.
Conference play leads the league in second chance points and offensive rebounds.
Averaging a double-double. That 3 won't fall for Rice in Indiana. Reneau hopping into a layup.
Indiana. Here's the talented freshman Queen, and his shot comes up short.
And the double came right away, and he wasn't even on the block. He was like 10 feet out.
Now Queen defensively guarding Reneau. Reneau trying to get around him with the left hand. Zone. Reneau inside. Great defense by Queen. Reneau gets it back, trying to go up, double team, and he scores.
3-point shooting team.
As we've said a couple of times today, this crowd feels like they've been waiting to explode. They haven't had a lead since it was 1918. Within 3 here, make it 1.
Nice again. Finding the open area, gets his own runs along the baseline. You know, I wonder how surprised Kevin Willard is to see zone in this game, because Indiana hasn't done it all year, but they look pretty ready on that possession.
Rodney Rice has 20 points. 3rd time this year he's crossed the 20-point line. Reneau, good fake and finish. Some Andrew Catalan, we've got a 3-point game with 3:35 on the clock. Indiana has made 12 of its last 14 shots.
Play against this as if they're playing you man-to-man. Set screens, get some movement going like that.
Reneau, shot clock at 4. Reneau with the left-hand finish.
Appears to be available, but will come off the bench. Again, no Dylan Harper, but Ace Bailey and company are ready. Fell asleep on the opening tip.
At that point, if you're with them, you want to get down, which they do quite often. That's how you get to the foul line 32 times per game.
So watching how Indiana gets in gaps today and how they defend the ball.
And communicate defensively.
Inside to the basket. Signed basketball from the team. Really, really nice touch. There's Trey Galloway in and out. Offensive rebound for Reneau to put it back.
Now, this is a guy that it's unorthodox, but he can knock it down. Now he's playing with far more confidence offensively.
Reneau hard to the rim. It's with 11 points.
Only a little bit north of 4 minutes of playing time because of 2 early fouls.
3 guys in double digits for Winthrop. Right back into Reneau, into the game, into the score.
That's a tough one.
And Mark Prosser is saying, can you look at it? Can't. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. You got to be inside 2 minutes. Indiana caught a break there.
They did.
Yeah. As we approach 2 minutes, Indiana trying to extend their 4-point lead. It's Reneau banging bodies. It counts.
Is now in there for Indiana.
Oh, I like this pressure from Chattanooga. You know, they're giving up a lot of size, Wayne, in the post area. And if they can trap and press and maybe force some turnovers, they can create some more possessions.
It's Reneau slid to the basket for a score.
Put up at midnight, I'm ready. You didn't have to worry about us. We were ready to play. whenever the ball tipped off.
Final minute of the first half. Reneau finding his spirit there. Sends it out to Galloway. Thought about the three. Now it's Rice who takes it. On the rebound try, it is tapped around and grabbed by Reneau. All the way to the basket with the left hand.
I thought Miles Rice might go one-on-one there.
Indiana sizing up their lead a bit, but you know Chattanooga's not going to go away, especially if they make more threes in this second half. Indiana's hit a couple here early. Reneau with the strong take inside.
Has not extended that range to three yet, but I believe it's coming at some point.
A little taller, but you know, think about DeMar DeRozan as a big forward in the NBA who has those mid-range jumpers. Here's Reneau as he slips by, and ball is grabbed by Champion, who turns it over and dunked on by Reneau. Player to pull off a road upset in the Big Ten. Chattanooga here at Indiana. Reneau trying to battle with Champion, and he wins that.
Utah. And there's Rice again. Looking like Jerry Rice right now. Taking it down, dropping it off, and Reneau flushes it. Either side with 10, but he misses the second free throw. Down inside, Reneau spins and gets it off the glass. Knows how to manage those boards.
No question about it. No cell phone privileges for 2 weeks.
We'll keep our eye on it, though. Right out Nebraska by a handful. Reneau with a left. Boy, when he gets to that shoulder, he's so tough.
Follow in front of him, he's licking his chops because he knows he can't come up close enough to him to prevent it from the drive.
The other end, it's Mitchell guarding Ballo. There's Mbako. Now Trey Galloway. Reneau down low. And he gets it to go.
Get lucky every night.
Yeah, pretty good. Garcia for three. That one off the rim. And Ballo controls the board for the Hoosiers. Here comes Miles Rice. Transfer for Washington State. Inside Reneau. 4 quick points. As always, Minnesota on top of Indiana 12-10 early on here in Bloomington. Backed away there. Galloway able to track it down. Ball is deflected. Here's Ballo. 8 to shoot. Inside Reneau. Last few games due to injury, but available and playing tonight. Garcia for three. And it rims out. Reneau the rebound.
Miscommunication with the switch. Indiana dodged a bullet there.
This is Luke Goody, the transfer from Illinois. Now Reneau.
The ball's got to go to Reneau inside.
Right around Garcia.
That three ball with any consistency as Mitchell has found the range here in the first half. Those big boots for the Hoosiers.
Mitchell into double figures, but Reneau
from behind. Really good awareness by number 21 in white.
They're really good calls. It obviously went off of Mitchell's hands. You saw in the replay. Galloway on the move. Reneau over Garcia. That is tough to stay.
And that's where whoever it is that Ballo's guarding, that dude's got to make a hard cut to the rim to occupy him, to give Garcia some room to be able to work one-on-one.
That foul, by the way, Fonz, was on Mike Mitchell. Ben Johnson keeping him out there with 3 fouls because you got to roll the dice at this point. You need him on the floor as
last week. I think it was just progress in terms of they tidied up some things in terms of taking care of the basketball, but you saw an example earlier.
Here's Cam Kraft, sets the feet again. Can't hit this one. He is hunting shots more in the second half.
But Reneau, he just buried Kraft.
He buried him, and through the help he scored. Kraft circles in, fade away, no. Thought he was going to hit that.
It was up there a long time. I thought you were going to fair catch it.
There's Reneau, back-to-back baskets. What's in your mind tonight for Indiana with their lineup?
Yeah, when Ballo's in there, make sure that you utilize him down there on the block. I know he's not a great foul shooter, but you have to get him the ball when he's in there. And Reneau, there'll go periods of time where he just doesn't touch the ball. They established him early on. He's pretty much unstoppable.
Well, there they are playing high-low. Stays in with the 4 fouls. Pull up. Elmer short. The drought continues for Miami. Over 3 minutes now. So Indiana has locked it down on that drought for Miami. They've gone on a 7-0 run. Galloway getting him set. Reneau trying to play high-low. He's looking for Ballo. Now he works himself and goes to the strong left. This will be it.
And I think battle is the operative term here for Miami overall. Now, the score could end up being close to 20, but Miami represented themselves very, very well, especially in the first 28 to 30 minutes of this game.
Well, reverse for Reneau. That was good.
It's their last 5 from distance. Hammonds. Building a building in Simon Scott Assembly Hall at the moment with all these bricks. Thank you. That's one inside.
This gets talked about too much. Like, what's the strength of your player? Use the eye test.
Reneau pokes it away. Reneau in transition. Euro step and 1. They'll count it. He's it up and in, and Indiana just fell asleep on defense.
I just gave them compliments on how well they were defensively. They've given up 5 points of things you just can't do.
Reneau down low and able to get it over the top. Is to get it over Miles Rice. Rice with 4 points, a couple of fouls in that first half. If you're Sam Houston, how do you try and climb back into this one too? You got to make the threes. No, nice alley-oop.
You got to play for 40 minutes, otherwise you're going to lose basketball games.
Come away with a turnover. That's a big one. Reneau, Euro stepping his way through for 2 more.
Come back.
No one's yelled at you today.
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, you showed up right before tip, so I mean, maybe that's part of it. I'm just joking. I'm joking. You didn't.
No, that's fine.
You were early. We were here for shoot around. You're doing your job the way you're supposed to do it. We'll see what happens on your way out.
Just strays from you today.
It's our first game in a while.
I thought you liked me.
I do. I miss you. Reneau is going to go to the line for a chance for 1 more.
Franks, you need people to sacrifice for the greater good of the group.
Followed by Wilkerson, no good, and Reneau with another rebound. He's got a double-double. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Yeah, it's the buy-in for the team that can be lost. Reneau again down low. Reneau looking for space. 2 more points. Give him 8.
20 on the shot clock here on the inbound for Mackenzie Mbako. And now Trey Galloway, a new starter today for Indiana. And he finds Malik Reneau. Trey Galloway. Wesley Cardette Jr. And it falls right down to Ballo, and here comes Miles Rice as you check out the bad boy mowers starting 5 for Indiana. And including
Kim English is all the way in midcourt coaching his team. He's so fired up right now about their effort.
They've settled for jumpers the last 2 times up the court, and Reneau runs.
Playing the Big Ten tournament last year, then had surgery, so he's still coming back from that. Didn't play in the exhibition games. And as you mentioned earlier, his first start today.
Reneau from Ballo, count it.
There's some baskets.
Abdur Rahim. He's missed a couple in a row after making that first one. Miles Rice had 5 assists in the first half for Indiana. Again, they pound it inside. Reneau, another chance at a 3.
Working with this switch from the right hand to the left at the free throw line.
Offensive rebound.
Well, that's the size on the free throw line.
Yep. Reneau faces up. Arunse on him defensively, and a lefty hook up and in. Mackenzie Mbako, 25 points today. Big bounce back for him for Indiana. He's got it, 21 in white. They get the clear out for Reneau. Spins back to the middle. Goes to the left hand at the rim. You got to scratch. Oh, wait, they're not in that league anymore. Move them over there.
No disrespect there, Coach Cronin.
Next game up for us here, West Virginia and Arizona, which will also be a league game they'll play in January. Speaking of the realignment, that's a Big 12 game this year. Reneau, I believe that'll be the 4th and 1 opportunity.
6 shots, had 13 rebounds. It's a real mature game from Ballo. Here's his front court running mate, Malik Reneau with the level for the Spartans to get back in the game. Reneau bangs in off the side of the backboard. He did get his own and puts it back plus the foul. The rebounding numbers for Indiana, they're at +4 after that Reneau rebound. And tonight where they are bigger at every single position. Galloway leaving it for Reneau, and he scores it off the window. A guy that can make them.
Another fadeaway. Malik Reneau fighting for it, gets it. All muscle that time. I don't think Curtis Rourke, the quarterback for IU, would have approved of that.
Would have let him over the top a little bit.
There we go. Reneau, 3.
Here for Indiana.
Usa, career high 16 points.
Well, he was not getting a better screen than that.
Galloway, you mentioned it, but it's worth calling out again, averaging 8.5 assists per game. Kicks it out to Goody. Shot clock down to 10. Reneau, you like that spin?
Yeah, that footwork. Oh, and 1. Very methodical, so that's something that they've been. But now with this score and the time, you probably start kind of ramping this thing up.
Spent 7 seasons as an assistant in Madison, learning that system. Galloway, Reneau, another assist for Galloway.
Beatty Athletic to try and move the tempo a little bit. That's something they lacked last year. It got a little bit stagnant in the half-court offense.
I struggled with that pace a little bit in the first half against the Jaguars on Wednesday. Ballo draws the double. Quick find inside Reneau for an easy bucket.
They're able to hound him, and it's Stapleton who knocked it away.
He's going to draw the double quite a lot this year. Reneau draws the double that time and gets it off the glass with his fantastic so far, already into double figures.
He's hitting all kinds of shots, tough shots, and that's exactly what Eastern Illinois are going to need to have. They're not going to get a lot of amazing looks. They got to make the most of what they get.
Shelton knocked down a team best 38 threes last year. That time he got the 2, and Reneau gets the 2 himself in 17 minutes or less. There goes Frooster to the basket against Tucker, but couldn't get it to go. Good defense from Bryson Tucker, the freshman, and now he'll bring the ball up the floor for the Hoosiers. Galloway down low to Reneau, through the double team and scores. Ballo down the line, kicks out. Now it's Rice. Pump fakes, tries a second chance at a 3. That wouldn't go. Reneau gets the offensive rebound, trying to go back up with it. Couldn't get it to go. Third time he scores, and the foul. Third time. Indiana came out with a press on this possession, potentially trying to slow the Panthers down. And they do get a stop on this possession. Mbako up the floor. Has Reneau, who's calling for it, and he's got the two-handed flush. Timeout, Panther. Legs, but Jacoby holds back onto it. A floater in the lane. Can't quite get the bounce for Culle, and Rice can take it the other way. Miles Rice, the Pac-12 freshman of the year, bounce it inside. Great passing from Indiana, and Reneau throws it down. Tic-tac-toe process. I don't know about you, but I would not want to be Stapleton there at 6'3", 170 on the bottom of that pile with a 6'9", 232 Reneau trying to grab the ball while you're both on the ground.
Absolutely not.
Gallo down low. There is Reneau. Gets to his left and scores.
Army in Florida Gulf Coast, and it wasn't the case. We'll see how sharp the Hoosiers are here early.
They get a second chance. Malik Reneau, no around the rim. And his second try, up and down.
Indiana was
cold start for the Cougars down on this end. 1 of 7. They won't get a shot up on this trip. Reneau running the break with Rice right back to Reneau. The 2 new teammates. Ballo influenced it. Sakana second chance. Out for a Brian Taylor 3. And Ballo with easy work down there.
On that play, you've got Tucker and Ballo. Rayshon Taylor is way shorter than both those guys, and he comes up with that offensive rebound.
Indiana with size advantage, as you'd expect at every single spot tonight. Started well on the glass. even since. And Reneau rolls it down. Pretty there by Malik. Approaching the 5-minute mark. This game was once tied 27 apiece late first half. Indiana took a 12-point lead into the half. Leaded by 18. Good pass. Pass from Rice. Reneau had size. Didn't finish it, though. Thompson back into the play. And Reneau swarmed, but scored anyway.